Have you ever sat alone in your room, staring at your phone, waiting for even one message? While down the hall you can hear music, laughter, and the pop of champagne bottles? That was me. Every single year. My name is Jessica Harper. I'm 28 years old, and for the last 15 years, my own family has forgotten my birthday. But this year, I stopped crying. This year, I made sure they would never forget my name again. Let's go back to where it all started. I grew up in a beautiful house on Maple Street. White picket fence, big backyard, the kind of place people drive past and say, "Wow, lucky kids." My little brother, Ethan, came along when I was 6. From the second he opened his eyes, he was the sun, and I became background noise. Mom would spend weeks planning Ethan's birthdays. Theme parties, bouncy castles, professional photographers. My birthdays? If I was lucky, we'd have store-bought cake after dinner, and Mom would say, "Oh, shoot, Jessica, we almost forgot," with a little laugh like it was cute. By the time I was 12, I stopped reminding them. I told myself it didn't matter, but it did. Every year it carved another little piece out of my heart. High school got worse. Ethan made varsity football as a freshman. Suddenly, our living room looked like a trophy museum. My art got accepted into a national exhibition. Mom hung the acceptance letter on the fridge for 2 days, then took it down to make room for Ethan's new game photos. I started believing I was invisible. And invisible people, they can see everything. Last year was the worst. I woke up on my 27th birthday hoping, stupidly hoping, that something would be different. Nothing. No text, no call. At 6 p.m., I heard cars pulling up. Music started blasting. I walked downstairs in my pajamas and saw it. A massive "Happy 16th birthday, Ethan" banner, balloons everywhere, catered food, a live DJ. My birthday had been exactly 6 days earlier. They didn't even realize they'd skipped it again. I stood in the doorway. Nobody noticed me for 10 whole minutes. Finally, Mom turned, startled. "Jessica, honey, why are you in pajamas? We're having Ethan's party." I whispered, "It was my birthday last week." She blinked, laughed nervously, and said, "Oh, sweetie, we'll do something next weekend, okay?" Then she went back to taking pictures of Ethan cutting his 5-tiered cake. That night, I sat on the roof until 4 a.m., and I made a decision. Next year, when I turned 28, they were going to remember my birthday, whether they wanted to or not. I spent 12 months preparing. First, I moved out quietly, got my own apartment across town, told them I needed space to focus on my career. They barely noticed. Second, I used every skill I'd taught myself while being invisible. I'm a graphic designer and video editor. I'm really, really good. I started collecting things they would never see coming. I created private social media accounts under fake names and friended every single person in our extended family, Ethan's teammates, Mom's country club friends, everyone. Then I waited. I saved every voicemail where Mom promised, "We'll celebrate you next time." I screenshotted every year after year of Ethan's birthday posts with hundreds of likes, and my page completely empty. I made a timeline, screenshots, old home videos, even report cards where teachers wrote, "Jessica is gifted, but very quiet." Everything went into one private folder titled "The Truth." But the real weapon, I discovered something that made my blood run cold. Ethan wasn't just the golden child. He had been stealing from me, quietly, for years. The morning of my 28th birthday, I sent one group text to the entire family chat. Celebrating tonight at the Grand Ballroom downtown, 7 p.m. Dress code, formal. Can't wait to see everyone. Jessica, heart. Mom replied instantly, "Wait, is today your birthday? We're so sorry, honey, we'll be there." I smiled and typed, "Don't worry, this year I took care of everything." I rented the most expensive ballroom in the city, ice sculptures, string quartet, 3-tier cake with my face on it, everything they ever gave Ethan times 10. I paid for it with the money I found in an account Ethan had been siphoning from my college fund for years. Turns out when you're invisible, you learn how to track bank records. 7 p.m. The whole family walked in. Mom, Dad, Ethan, aunts, uncles, cousins, looking confused but excited because the place looked like a royal wedding. The lights dimmed. A giant screen lowered, and my video started. 10 minutes of pure truth. Every forgotten birthday, every promise broken, every time they chose Ethan while I stood in the corner. Then the final blow, bank statements proving Ethan had been transferring money from my trust fund into his car fund for 4 years. Over $38,000 gone. The room went dead silent. Mom's face went white. Dad looked like he was going to be sick. Ethan tried to laugh it off. "It's edited. She's lying." But I had the paper trail projected behind me. I walked to the center of the room holding a microphone. "Today is my 28th birthday. Thank you all for finally showing up. The catering is paid for, the bar is open. Enjoy the party. But from this day forward, you are no longer my family. You are just people I used to know." I dropped the mic, walked out, and never looked back. It's been 6 months. Mom has called 47 times, leaving tearful voicemails. Dad sent a letter saying he's proud of me for standing up for myself, but please come home. Ethan's college fund is now empty. He has to get a job like a normal person. Me? I started my own design company. First client paid me double what was stolen. I throw myself a birthday party every year now. Friends who actually love me, laughter that's real, cake that says Jessica in big letters. And every year on Ethan's birthday, I send the family one thing, a blank card. No message, just my name signed at the bottom. Because some things are louder in silence. So here's what I learned. When people show you over and over that you don't matter, believe them. Stop begging for a seat at their table. Build your own table. Make it beautiful. And never let them sit at it again. If you've ever felt invisible in your own family, know you're not alone. And know your worth doesn't come from their memory. It comes from you. Drop a heart symbol in the comments if this story hit home. Tell me in the comments, what city or country are you watching from right now? Did this video make you angry, make you cry, or make you feel seen? Let me know. If you want more stories of people finally getting the justice they deserve, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. We post every week. Like, share with someone who needs to hear they matter, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay strong. You are not forgotten.